Good evening, it is Matt Rogers, and thank you for joining this broadcast. We speak of, in different civilizations, about this heavenly body in this mini solar system: Hercules, Planet X, Nibiru, the Frightener, the Destroyer, the Red Dragon, Wormwood Star. It has been predicted again by different other religions, and they all speak of the same phenomena of Nemesis, a huge object that indeed causes destruction. Scientific warnings also from the great astronomer Carlos Munoz Ferrada, published 27 years ago, revealed that Spain and the Mediterranean, a great catastrophic triangle along with Sumatra, Asia Pacific, and also Chile, will see a huge destruction, causing destruction throughout ocean lines, throughout different countries across the world. People need to become prepared for the great catastrophe. These predictions at the beginning of the astronomical calculations of Farada, published in 1999, but we know that each day new zones of high levels of volcanic activity are added until the Earth will be shaken by the global cataclysm. Munoz Ferrada explains that this is due to the catastrophic approach of a comet planet called Hercules, or Planet X, which eventually will pass 14 million kilometers away from the Earth, accelerating great geophysical change, which is already advancing. The Chilean astronomer specified that mass velocity of orbital time and the orbital path of the terrible consequences of Hercules on our solar system. An interview was published in June 28, 1999 on Channel 4 of the television of Puerto Rico, and has subsequently been broadcasted in other parts of the world as part of the extraordinary documentary video by the producer Joseph Landon, director of Joseph Landon Enterprise. Chileans recognized Munoz Ferrada for his mathematical accuracy and regards to the earthquake that devastated the south central region of the country in 1939. The accuracy was so such that the extent that Ferrada set the date for the earthquake, which was published in the Journal of Conception. He was only wrong, folks, by a difference of 2 hours. The disaster claimed the lives of 60,000 people. He also announced the Chilean earthquake in 1960, more powerful earthquake ever recorded, rated 9.5 on the moment magnitude scale in 1985. Here are some of the scientific data revealed from Munoz Ferrada, the genius in geophysics, regarding to Hercules, who discovered numerous stars, galaxies and comets. The accuracy forecasted earthquakes, climate change, volcanic eruptions and changes in the orbit of Halley's Comet. Characteristics of Hercules, according to the Chilean astronomer Carlos Munoz Ferrada. He stated, "It is a red planet which travels on an elliptical orbit of a comet and has a great mass of a planet, in other words, a planet with a tail. The star is charged with cosmic energy, as to say, radiation which, according to scholars, will alter human health and behavior. It will provoke incurable pandemics and also irritability, bringing wars. Does not comply with established celestial physics laws. Travels between the Sun and the Black Sun, which is found 32 trillion kilometers away. Will pass as close as 14 million kilometers from the Earth. It is indeed approximately 6 times bigger than Jupiter, though its approach of 14 million kilometers from our world will also create a disastrous attraction with liquid minerals inside the Earth, tremendous internal pressures, and therefore volcanoes and earthquakes. It will end up penetrating our solar system by the visible towards a naked eye as well as photographed. Its arrival will cause human geophysical changes, bringing much of a change and destruction. He also goes on to say that VADA did not say that the great final catastrophe would occur on August the 11th, 1999, but that from the date on the geophysical climate change would intensify, especially earthquakes in the oceans and the volcanic origins with seaquakes and tsunamis. He said that Acobolis would be photographed from that date onwards, and that it is apparent the appearance in August 1999 will be bigger than the Moon. Indeed, this is how the planet has been seen and photographed, even though the official media have given the phenomenon various false explanations. Now you can for yourselves see various photographs and videos of two suns. We've all seen the pictures and videos, various web pages and newspapers, books and magazines. However, the Chilean astronomer did not mention during the interview that the great planet glows in infrared range, which makes it difficult to see with the naked eye and only in special conditions of light, through the clouds, through special filters, or when weather or major astronomical phenomena allows it. There will come a time when Acobolis will be permanently visible as a second sun in the common conditions in broad daylight. This is why it is rediscovered in the 1980s by the orbiting infrared telescope IRAS. Those of head was Dr. Robert Harrington, supervisor of the Orbit Observatory in North America of the astronomical agency known as NASA. After 5 years of study, Dr. Harrington revealed the discovery of calculating that the star would pass very close to our world and that it would be also in the year 2012. Its consequences will be very serious. But folks, when you look at it as well, the climate change, the weather phenomena, the colours in the skies, objects and formations are appearing now for 2025. See, all these years that have passed, we've seen differences, we've seen astronomical colours changes. Something is going on, folks. The report was published in North American newspapers and magazines, and their videos which of the testimonies of the information of Dr. Robert Harrington. Such interview was done by him by the writer Zachariah Sitchin in 1990. Very soon thereafter, the mysterious death by cancer of the scientist of Dr. Harrington, who was in charge of the mission of IRAS telescope, raised serious concerns to our community and also worldwide. There has been very much interest about the timing of Harrington's death by cancer, so soon after the interview of Sitchin, so close of all that technology that Dr. Robert Harrington had, and then soon after a healthy man become dead. VADA, which was already stated by the great humanist Samuel in the late 70s, both in relation to Acobolis as well as that of scientists who are not with the service of the large groups of economic and political power, would publish various false information in order to try and cover up the reality of this approaching planet in order to protect the financial markets. This is happening now, folks. They have posted that the observed star is Mars or some kind of visiting star, and they have invented scenarios to justify the fall of the satellites and shuttles, as well as terrible electromagnetic and radioactive storms throughout the whole solar system to try and discard the truth of Planet X, the frightener. Folks, with this information, who was Carlos Munoz VADA? He was born in 1909 in South Chile and died September the 11th, 2001. Chile's 5th region in the city where he had a residence and observatory. It is said that one day a friend went to visit him and found him housed in a tent on the patio of his house, saying that soon, according to him, a great earthquake would occur. Some laughed at him upon hearing the scientific predictions. But his visitor got worried about Munosferada, as he never failed in the calculations of previous disasters. A few days later, the visit, there was a major earthquake in Chile in 1985. Folks, more information about Carlos. From 1926 to 1929, he studied at the National School of Politicians of Chilean Navy. In 1956, he received a title for the first pilot of the Merchant Navy in Chile in 1970. He became a member of the Professor of College of Captains and Pilots of the Merchant Navy. He studied meteorology and also at the University of Chile. He also studied engineering physics at Railways of Chile. He specialized in certain areas of astronomical societies in Paris. He was a leading member of the astronomical and also Milan, and was a director of the Astronomical Observatory in Panama in 5 years. A part of his scientific discoveries of new stars and galaxies that were seen by large telescopes in the world was sent to the Royal Astronomical Association of London, prompting the institution to declare, due to the unusual case of Carlos Munosferada, from now on each new star will take the name of him who first calculated it and not of who accidentally discovered it by a telescope. Munosferada earned the respect and the administration of the Chileans of his ability to anticipate climate of geophysical disasters. But he was often in prison, folks, because every time he came down from his home towards a park plaza in Chile, Victoria, to the park, the authorities put him in prison for disturbing the peace and causing anxiety. Now folks, for 2024, we've heard of this phenomena by other people, truthers that speak out in the streets and then get put in prison. Certainly, according to the strongest testimonies of this inhabitations, he allegedly, dodgily pursued by the authorities, who particularly did not allow him to appear in public. So he had to find other places to speak of his predictions in front of the public, which started to work. See, according to Munosferada, the earthquakes are caused by the gravitational influences of stars on other stars, rather than the accidental movements of tectonic plates. On June 28, 1999, on Channel 4 television program, again in Puerto Rico, after 50 years of investigation, folks, the scientific documentation of the great Chilean astronomer at 90 years of age revealed the absolute interesting orbital paths of their velocities that Planet X has its orbit, its velocity as it passes through the dead sun and the black star, another in the middle of the elliptical orbit, and a third as it passes close to our sun, to 1,000th of speed of light and 14 million kilometers from Earth. In August 2004, he explains as well, arriving in Chile, that Ferrada spoke of this phenomena on that program, Channel 4 in Puerto Rico, and reported it, and the Chileans spread the word all over the world. Unfortunately, the scientific genius, the old man, had died, and explained him of his illnesses and the circumstances of his death. But folks, we will always remember Carlos Munosferada, the Chilean astronomer that spoke of his predictions about Hercules. I'm going to come back with you with another video to explain about other phenomena, about other scientific community organizations that speak about Planet X, the discoveries of the Frightener, the Red Star, please come back to me. Please again subscribe to this channel as we speak about these truths, because the truth will always be hidden from us. No matter what, if something shows up through the skies, they will state it's something else and not to worry about it. Thank you for listening. From Matt Rogers. Just a video update, folks. This is serious, and when we speak about different predictions of Planet X, we're speaking seriously. It's been a cover-up now for far too long. The establishment know exactly what's coming. Please again, just sit down on a park bench, have a look around your surroundings. You will notice that something is different now from when we could see across the world of the skies and also our surroundings in 1990. Thank you again for watching.